What's up? It's your favorite MPHP and welcome back to another video. So as you can see by this title, I'm going to discuss my top 5 things that I find most annoying. So I try to look at my list and try to rank them like the most annoying versus the least, and I can't. They're just all annoying. First one is I find myself being stuck in the middle of the doctor and the nurse. And what I mean by that is me being a nurse practitioner and having experience as a nurse and have some educational experience and practice as a nurse practitioner and understanding a doctor's point of view. I find myself in the middle when the doctors and the nurses don't come to an agreement about something. Like, for example, on our observation unit, there's supposed to be relatively easy patients and patients that will likely get discharged within 24 to 48 hours. So let's say we get a patient in who's high acuity, so bedbound, maybe a paraplegic, incontinent, just a heavy patient. And sometimes the nurses will call me and try to block that patient, from coming to the unit. So the nurses are looking at the physical aspect of the patient, right? And then the doctors I have on the other side who are looking at the medical aspect. So this patient may be just coming in with acute or chronic back pain. There's not much they could do about it. The patient's been following maybe outpatient. Now I'm stuck in the middle because the nurses are calling me this patient, should not come on this unit because, of their high acuity, looking at the physical aspect of the patient. And then I have the doctor on the other hand, yes, the patient can't go to that unit because they're only here for back pain. There's not much we're gonna do. He's probably gonna be discharged tomorrow. And like I said, I'm stuck in the middle because I understand when it comes to high acuity patients, it's not always great. So I understand where the nurses are coming from. They don't want to do the physical work, and maybe they have other high acuity patients, and there's just don't have room for one more. But I've been getting stuck in the middle, having to reason with one or the other. It's not like I always reason with the doctor or the nurses. I don't know, I just find it so annoying just being in the middle and having to be the person to break it down to the nurse, what, he's only coming with back pain. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to basically do some more work, do the physical work, but he's coming to the unit where I have to break down to the doctor, what, this patient is just high acuity. The nurses are not able, they don't have any PCAs or any techs to help them. They can't just physically care for this patient. He's incontinent, he's in bedbound. They're gonna have to be stuck in that room, and there's nobody out, on the unit to care or look out after the other patients. So like I said, it's just being stuck in the middle. I don't like that, and it's happening, like I said, every night. But so that's number 1. Number 2, so as you can see, this is my little call room. It's not my personal call room, but I stay in here. When I work, everyone knows that I'm in here. I do carry a pager, so nurses usually page me. We do have a phone that I could use, like those little Cisco phones you could use within the hospital, but I usually don't carry that. I have a phone in here, and there's a lot of phones outside on the units if I need one. So the second thing that I find annoying is when they come and knock on my door. Don't knock on my door unless it's an emergency, an ERT. Can you please come see this patient stat? Okay, knock on my door. But that should be the only reason. And at the same time, don't call my phone direct. Just page me. Page me with the patient room number, a little brief, sentence about what's going on. The reason why I don't like when they knock on my door is because half the time when I'm in here, I'm doing an H&P. I'm looking up patients' past medical history. I'm looking through a stack of paperwork, or I'm researching, looking things up, trying to figure things out or whatnot. And then my door knocks and stops me right in my tracks. See, when I get paged on my pager, I really have an hour to respond to my pages on my page. But when they knock on my door, I can't just be what, hold on, no, come back. It's what do you want? And then they go on and they tell their whole story, and I just lost track of what I was doing. But yeah, so that's the second thing. Don't knock on my door, don't call my phone, unless I tell you to, obviously. If sometimes when I'm admitting a patient, I'll give the nurses my direct number. Call me back with anything, because we're trying to get things going and things ordered. Just call me back directly. You don't have to, page me. But so that's number 2. Don't knock on my door. Don't call my phone directly. Have a pager. That's why I have a little pager page. The third thing that I find annoying, granted, I understand that why it happens, but realistically. So it's when the nurse page me and they ask me that a family member wants an update, and it's The update that you could give, the nurse can give to the family, is basically the same update that I'm going to give, which is what we're reading in their patient's chart. I do not know these patients very well, you know what I mean? I'm coming at night, I'm nighttime coverage. I know, like I said, whatever's written in that progress note. Granted, like I said, I know family members work during the day, they're not able to be in during the daytime, but doctors call. Doctors do call you, they can call you, ask for them to call you. At the same time, nurses tell them, you know, I could take your number down and I could have the day doctor call you, and you could pass that message to me and I could actually write it. I could write it down or send the doctor a message saying that please contact so-and-so regarding this patient for an update or for, you know, the plan of care and things like that. But when you're asking me for a plan of care at 11 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, and it's like, no, I don't know. I don't know the plan of care right now. Plan of care is to make sure they're comfortable during the night. Number 4, so it's about the paging. So obviously, like I said, I want nurses to page me, not come knocking on my door or, you know, calling my phone directly unless I tell you so, right? So, but when you page me, don't just put a number. Don't say call 1 2 3 4 5. Like, I want to know who I'm talking to. I want to know what patient this is about and what's going on. Like, patient, let's say me. So patient Harriet is complaining of pain, requesting more pain meds. If you write that, I could go and look up Harriet's chart. I look up Harriet's chart. I see where possibly is the pain occurring. What pain regimen are they on right now? When did they last receive pain medication? Can I, you know, titrate up their pain medication? Is there issue of them, you know, with them drug seeking? I could look all that up beforehand, before talking to you. Before wasting your time on the phone, I could look all that information up and have a plan by the time I call you. So don't just call 1 2 3 4 5. Like, I want to know who I'm talking to, who is this patient regarding, because I feel like that's just using my time wisely, using both of our times, you know, our time wisely. So there's a correct way to page the providers, and it's patient's name, patient's room number, what you're calling about, nurse's name, nurse's callback number. Simple and quick. So the last one I have for you actually happened couple days ago, or last week when I was here. So, you know, I work 7 p to 7 a, and I get a page regarding a situation that occurred with one of the patients on my floor, but it occurred at 10 a.m. So first of all, just for common sense, what can I do right now at 8 p.m. with something that occurred at 10 a.m.? Forgot to tell the doctor. So what do? I come in at 7. I get a page regarding something that happened at 10 o'clock, and it's like, I can't do anything about it now. If it happens again, page me, and then I'll try to correct the situation. But what am I gonna do at 8 p.m. if something happening at 10? And it was something regarding, it was patient's telly. Patient had an abnormal rhythm at 10 a.m. and they're telling me at 8 p.m. You know, when patient have an abnormal rhythm, we first thing want to know exactly what are they doing. Are they getting some type of breathing treatment, like vibration treatment that may be causing this type of rhythm? Or is one of the leads off? Are they up and moving? Like, we got to know first of all that, are they asymptomatic? Like, I can't do anything about something that happened like 8 hours ago now. So that's my 5th thing. Like, I shouldn't be receiving page. I mean, I will accept pages that if things happened around 6 p.m. I'm coming at 7. Granted, I know a lot of the doctors do leave early, leave around 4, 5. So I understand that. But 10 a.m. I come in at 7 p.m. That's like uncalled. Like, that's not even appropriate at all. Granted, I know they forgot to tell and they felt like they need to tell somebody. But anyway, so that's my 5th thing. So those are the top 5 things that I've been dealing with that I find annoying. I mean, I don't hate it. It's gonna happen. I just have to deal with it. But it's like, when it happens, I'm just like, why? So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and if you are not already subscribed, subscribe to this channel so you never miss your favorite NPHP. And until next time, Happy New Year.